Good morning, beautiful people. It's Aisha B here, and you are watching Social Media Trends and Entertainment on the Weekend Show. As you know, if you see me seated, it means I've got a special guest with me here in the studio. And this time, I am excited for this interview to meet who this persona is. He is called Azikiwe Emmanuel. How are you doing this morning?
Very fine, thank you, Aisha. Pleasure to be here.
Glad to have you here. You are the creative director and founder of Flick Management. I mean, what is a young guy like you're worried about other young talents for? I mean, you're like a model, probably a musician yourself. Tell me more about what started your talent management company.
So it was 2020, COVID happened, and we're literally at home. I used to have a fashion brand.
I was close.
Yeah, I used to run a fashion brand. I used to do styling back when I was in school. And 2020 happened, COVID, everybody was at home. A friend of mine called me, who was actually my first talent. She was literally juggling like a lot of work because she's part Australian and part Nigerian. Okay. So, she has that face, that mixed race where people like really want to book her to get on shoots and to do like a couple of influencing jobs. So she called me out of the blue. She was like, Emmanuel, like I'm really going crazy here. Like I need help. Like, can you do this? And, I didn't have a clue about what talent management was. Let's just start there. But then I just took it on, and that was my first client. And then she was like, you can't do this. Because at the time, I used to live in Delta. I was with my family in Delta. And then she was like, you can't do this from Delta. I just give you 1 month. If you don't come to Lagos, we can't work. Like, contracts out. Because, like, we were very serious from the get-go. Like, we had a contract and everything. And so, like, I had to push myself.
Yeah, out of that comfort zone.
Yeah, out of that comfort zone. I think I had like 30K in my account. I had to find like a bus.
Oh
I came
goodness,
to Lagos.
This is surreal.
Yeah, it was very crazy, So like from there, like it transitioned to getting a referral to the next client. And then after that, then I had to like actually go research and understand what I was doing, So then it went from that to me understanding that from taking one talent to representing another one, now I need to structure this and build it into an actual company to represent multiple people.
And that's one thing that stands out to me. Honestly, awesome story there. It's also very touching, because many of us just have that instance where you might be left with like a breakthrough, like what happened to you. You're given an ultimatum, do this or you do that. And I'm happy that it worked out for you. So happy for you for that. So now, the truth is, right now, you start talking about money, 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 money. Everyone's talking about money. And right now, talent too is taking everybody's money. If you have a way of doing this in this sort of way, somebody will definitely hire you. So can you tell me more about how you monetize these talents? Through your breakthrough story, you mentioned you had to go and do a research as to what to do. So what did you find out about monetizing talent that you were able to figure out?
So I basically found out that, when you want to work with talents, creative talents now in the industry, be it music, comedy, acting, whatever, influencers, that the person needs to be able to brand themselves properly and position themselves as a product, because if you want to make money, you need to offer a product or a service. So right now, if you want to get into the creative space and get monetized, you need to be able to actually brand yourself and offer something that's valuable so that people can take note of what you're doing and start reaching out and be like, okay, hey, we want to put you on this, want to put you on that, to get on a campaign for us and to communicate.
I like that word you use there, campaign. Everywhere you see now is campaign ad. Activate this brand, activate that brand. It's so much going on. So that means I want to ask you now, how do you ensure that a talent's personal brand aligns with the overall goals of the company or project that you're pursuing for that particular talent? How do you merge that?
So I think it's very easy. You can't take every job that comes your way. You can't say yes to everything.
That's not easy now. Emmanuel, it's not easy. It's not to say no to. Is it money or what?
Yeah, of course it's not easy. I'll be lying if I said it was easy. Of course, there are the early years when you have to probably like struggle and take everything that comes. But as time goes on, we have a couple of talents in our roster right now who, because of the direction their brands are going, we can't take club bookings. We can't allow them to work with certain brands because now they want to be properly positioned as entrepreneurs, businesswomen / influencers or whatever else they're doing on the side. So you can't actually say yes to every brand. And then making sure that that premium feel that comes with your brand, is still there and, stays intact.
I do like that you mentioned like clubs now, for example, they have no, I won't say stigma. Can I say stigma? Or they have this aura attached to club bookings and so on and so forth. Is it like a serious vibe? What kind of opinion do you have of, or do people have of those that do club bookings? You can't be an entrepreneur that takes club bookings, or what exactly is it?
I mean, I think it all depends on the personality of the person. A lot of people do get club bookings. They don't even smoke, they don't drink when they go to the clubs. So I actually don't have anything against that. You're just there to actually do your thing, help promote the place, and leave. Because at the end of the day, that's also another sector, is the hospitality sector. So, everything is showbiz, is entertainment at the end of the day. So that's still a sector you're promoting, just like every other sector, finance or tech or whatnot.
Yeah, I know you would call tech. Tech is definitely something that, even me, I've not touched the surface, but I love tech. So now speaking back to talent management and what you've been doing so far with Flick management, even here on our show, we have what we call social media trends. That word trends. Everybody wants to be trending. They want to associate with the latest trends. So how do you incorporate emerging trends in your talent promotion strategies? Because now most people that approach you or you approach them for this sort of contract, they want to know if what you're going to offer them is trending. How do you keep up with the trends? Because they're always changing.
So I would say, like, from experience, that trends, they're good, but then just like you said, they're always changing. So you don't want to necessarily hop on something that's going to trend and fade away, right? It has to actually align with your brand values. So if it doesn't, then there's no point in, just switching up just because of that particular trend. Tomorrow it goes away. Are you gonna, what are you gonna do? How do you want to pivot back to your original, can we run that back again? Yeah. So
I like that you said that, but I don't want to have you stuck in any moment of our interview, because I love what you do, and I feel like a lot of young people too want to know how you're accomplishing these things. So speaking of trends now, I don't know if you've seen the video of Tiwa Savage, where she mentioned just a few days ago, where she mentioned that she doesn't want to sign an artist. Fans should stop asking her about signing a female artist. She doesn't like artist wahala. She says they have issues, they don't do what they're told. What can you say with your experience about a situation like that?
I think, everybody with their unique experience. I think I'm also on the Tiwa side, because,
oh my God.
We actually did have an influx, especially in 2023. Like, people were always reaching out. So, it's two different things. Like, one, people want to see you. Some people want to see you fail, actually. So they are just reaching out to actually see if you can replicate the success you've had with every other person you have on your roster. And then they're probably there for a couple of months, and then, nothing's happening, jobs aren't coming. They start getting itchy and complaining management is just taking some cuts and there's nothing's happening and whatnot, So I think you have to also build capacity internally, which is something we also did, in Flick. Like, we had to make sure that certain structures were in place before saying, okay, we're going to want to take on other people now, right? And be able to also build them and help their own success stories as well.
I love that building part. I said I love. I know. Because, at one point, Emmanuel, I also was thinking I was a good singer. I need a talent manager. This was going to help me promote my voice. Before I knew, I just let it go. And I feel like a lot of young people too have done that. So now, how do you help, people attain their real qualities, those skill sets that you believe they need to promote their talent? Someone comes to you, they don't know what exactly they have. How do you, get that out of them and show them, hey, this is how you need to be to get this particular thing you want. This is how you need to talk. This is how you need to speak. Is that part of the things that Flick management, is part of?
Yeah. So just like I said, like, building structure internally, right? If we are to take on someone today, we need to actually identify your profile and see that it actually has the capacity to be able to make us money and make you money as well.
And if it doesn't, you let them
know? We actually let you know, but then you could actually book a consultation and we put you through what you need to do. Yeah. So branding wise, obviously, you need to be able to look the part. Even if everybody's speech is unique. So even if we don't have to touch up your speech or whatnot, but you need to actually be able to look the part to fit in. Like, it's showbiz, right? So you need to actually look, walk, dress the part as well. So yeah, that's what we do. Like, internally, we're actually going to take you through a month of refining your profile to be able to actually look the part and to be able to actually sell yourself. So those are stuff that we do on the inside. So when you come out and people see the finished products and you see ads or see this person is, working with this big multinational or that brand, those are what we're able to do. I have
a very interesting question. Do you ever feel like, can brands ever finish at this point for these influencers? Because the moment you see one brand with this influencer, the next time you see another brand, you're like, these are almost like the same type of companies. How are they dealing with this internally? How do you feel about that? Do you ever have that feeling that, which brand now can we find? Or it's not like that for Flick Management or for your company?
Brands no dey finish actually.
So that's the real truth.
Yeah, brands no dey finish. Like every day someone is thinking of an idea, right? So the next best thing that happens is execution. Is whoever executes that idea, right? I have a couple of friends who were in a couple of meetings this past week. They both started apps. They've raised money. Now they want to market. So every other day somebody's actually coming up with something, and they're trying to bring their product to market. So we have the capacity to take on those marketing for them and supply them with influencers they need to actually promote their products. So yeah, brands don't finish, but like Flick as well too, we're also not trying to be a local brand or local company.
Premium.
Yeah, not even like premium, but like like we definitely do support like every Nigerian brand here. Like we work with everybody, but obviously you wouldn't see us associated with like maybe a bleaching brand, brands that are obviously not,
I understand, true.
Yeah. So, and then also taking it globally because we are working with like a lot of global brands as well, and that's what we're trying to do now to bridge the gap for brands that want to come into Africa, not just Nigeria.
I love that.
As a whole.
Because one thing about Africa is quite big. Everybody now, I won't say everybody, but Africa now is trending for the past like 2 years. Africa this, Africa that, especially in the entertainment space.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you about a particular moment where you surpassed your goals or expectations. What led to a wow moment for Flick Management? How you're able to share that story with us?
I think every year is a wow moment for me. At
Every
the end of
year.
every year. Yeah.
High five. Okay. Wow.
At
That's
the end of
amazing.
year, at the end of every year is actually a wow moment because I look back at like our journey, how we started and where we are. Like we haven't had a dip in the graph like any year. Like it's always been like when we look at the revenue sheet, like at least 20%, a 30% increase. Like so every year is actually always a wow moment for me. Like wow, we're actually able to do these numbers. We're actually able to make this person XYZ amount of money. So yeah.
Lovely. As we round up our conversation, I need to ask you about Asake. This is someone now, you should give us more of your expertise in this because he's someone that after he left YBNL, Asake, and he sort of changed. Is that part of what you feel is in his promotion of his talent, his new brand? Do you feel like it was necessary? Is this even normal? I mean, because this look for me makes him more kind of unapproachable. I don't know which direction he's going in. What do you think?
I think I do understand where his branding was going because, like, the thing with artists, let me just start there, is that everything they do is actually very intentional, right? Asake is most likely about to put out an album.
Most likely, right?
Yeah,
a
that's
whole
the reason.
album.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the reason for this. Like, if you look back at Rema, he did the same thing.
Yeah,
like
true,
with the
Rema.
whole like bats and everybody, conversations that were happening. So I think they intentionally definitely do these things to get people start conversations about what they are about to do. So if it works for them like that,
it works out. Because for me, he's not even been in Nigeria for a while. He's been outside touring with a lot of, experienced people in the entertainment industry. Because I know where America, they go way wow, But back to Nigeria now, there's some things about talent promotion people don't really want to talk about how to work on it. It's this thing of controversies. Like, for example, we have Bibi Naija Nengi, a former Bibi Naija housemate, who someone said allegedly she was pregnant with a governor's child or something. And what she said, she responded and she made a statement about how she didn't say she was not pregnant, but she said that she's not pregnant for so governor. Is that the safest way to play that kind of controversy? What do you think as a talent manager? How does that work? And what would you do?
I think he's my friend.
I think he's your friend. Okay, put it in a way that you have someone that has such an issue.
First of all, I feel like the bloggers are the problem we have. Because
okay,
there's a lot of there's a lot of unverified information from them. They probably sometimes they actually construct a lot of this gossip up. They're not even sure of the information, but because they want the engagement, they want the views, they just come up with those stories just so that it could start trending. And they forget that the celebrities are also human as well. Like, these things do get to them as well.
Emmanuel, you're playing it safe. We're not saying they're not human. I'm just saying, what is the right thing to do? Did you feel like that response is what you would tell your client to do? The response was a bit more confusing, you must say. Was it intentional? Does this thing happen intentionally?
Of course. So, like, it's two things. One, you could decide to actually come out and blatantly deny or even insult them and say, what are you saying, and all of those things. Or people just decide to also keep quiet at the end of the day and let the news to die down. True. It really just depends on, on the advice from your team. Do you want to come out to respond or do you want to keep silent? But obviously, like silence, sometimes they take you for a fool and it makes like, oh,
Makes
it's
things
true.
worse.
Yeah, it makes things worse. So sometimes you actually need to, and that's what's happening these days. Everybody's coming out to defend themselves and even going the extra mile to sue the people who are making these statements.
Yeah, that's what's been trending now. Everybody's suing
everybody's
everybody. You got to be careful now. So right before we go, this is social media trends segment. We deal with a lot of social media trends topic. I want to ask you, what role, just give me one or two, does social media play, the platform, in helping entrepreneurs like yourself in the entertainment space? I know it's very vital to your job, but I know that YouTube too can just as much bring us, viewership. So with social media like Twitter and Instagram, what role does that play for an entrepreneur like yourself?
I think it plays a very big role because, take for instance, like last week, we got an email from someone in India.
India.
And yeah, like you just come to think like, where do these
How
people
did you
find us?
yeah.
Do you understand? Like, even if it was a fraudster, like for a fraudster to approach you, they feel like you have something, right? So when you think about it in that direction, it's like, how these people find us? It's social media. And I'll just say like, the opportunities are endless. They are limitless, like when it comes to this. So like, it really does help our work a lot. And I always tell clients, talents, fellow talent managers as well that obviously you cannot base on one platform because we're literally like tenants.
Yeah.
So
I
Mark
understand.
and
True.
whoever, Elon, whoever has the apps, so you need to actually be diversified to ensure, and even possible, like take it out from Twitter, Instagram, go to emails, traditional marketing as well. Like you cannot like be so comfortable there because anything could happen. TikTok was banned the other day in the US.
Just like that.
Just like
honestly.
that, So yeah, like the opportunities for us as entrepreneurs playing with these platforms. There's a reason why Tony Elumelu is doing reels. Like,
everyone
he
is
has
talking
so
about
much
Mr.
money.
Tony Elumelu.
Yeah, because he's doing such amazing. Like anytime I see him step out,
Honestly.
like everywhere, Dubai, anywhere he
I've
travels
seen
to,
your
like,
page too. The same vibe you're giving now. That's the idea.
Exactly. So you can literally sell a very good image of yourself and be able to make so much opportunities and things happen for yourself via social media.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Azikiwe Emmanuel. You are sound. Like, I'll give you that.
Thank you, Aisha.
Thank you so much for being here with us on the
Thank you
Weekend
for
Show.
having me.
I wish you many more success and, of course, collaborations with you and Flick Management.
Thank you.
All right. That's all we have on social media trends and entertainment on the Weekend Show. My name is Aisha B. Follow me at Aisha B on Instagram and on Twitter. And follow the Weekend Show at Weekend Show NG. Stay tuned.